Right, good morning Year 10, Mr. Taylor here. It is Friday afternoon as I'm writing this, but for you guys obviously it's Monday morning. So this morning we are looking at solving equations. And then we're going to base it on using a lot of the techniques that you guys have used so far. So here we have an equation. We're going to solve this equation. It's called a two-step equation because, well, there's 2 steps required to solve it. So you've probably done this in Year 9, so I imagine you're going to be brilliant at it, but I'm going to recap it anyway. So we want to work out what y equals. When we get to the end, we'll have y equals something. So what number, when we times it by 3 and subtract 7, gives us 28. Some of you, like you, Sarah, I bet you've done it in your head already, but I want you to learn the method, okay? I want you to learn the method. So here we go. Let's try and isolate, put the y on its own. So the first thing I'm going to do is add 7 to each side, because I want to get rid of that 7 on the left-hand side. So if I do that and add 7 to both sides, I'm left with 3y on the left and 35 on the right. Okay, pretty good. So now 3 times something is 35. Mr. Taylor, you didn't choose this question very well because it doesn't divide into exactly. But yes, but we are looking to write answers for a B grade, so we can afford to write our answers in fractions. So again, what's the opposite to multiplying by 3? We divide by 3. So if I divide each side by 3, because 3 times y, I want to do the opposite, that will give me just the y on the left, and on the right hand side I've got 35 divided by 3. I could leave my answer like that. I'm not going to do the division because I'll get a horrible decimal, but I could also write it as a mixed number. I think I can hear someone shouting that out right now. So 3 into 35, well, that goes 11 with a remainder of 2/3. So that is my answer. I've added 7 to both sides to get rid of the 7, divided by 3 on both sides to get rid of the 3, and I've ended up with y equal to 11 2/3. Okay, here we go, number 2. A bit harder this time. Remember, we're using a variety of our algebraic skills. This time, look, there is a bracket. So what do? Let's sort the bracket out. So let's expand that bracket. So we get 4y plus 20 is equal to 32. Remember, we want to end up with y equals something. Now, I've turned this bracket and expanded it, and I've got a 2-step equation. So next I'm going to sort out that 20. I'm going to subtract 20 from each side, because that puts me in a situation on the left hand side where I've got 4y equals 32 take away 20, that's 12. So something times 4 is 12. Let's divide each side by 4, because that is the opposite to multiplying by 4, and that will leave me with y is equal to 3. Much nicer answer this time. Right, example 3. We're going big time here. Big problem. I can see you looking at this. I can imagine you all looking at this question thinking, how do we do it? We've got an issue. We've got a y on the left and a y on the right. That's not good. We just want one y in our equation. So we've got to sort that problem out first. So the first thing that we do is let's get rid of the y's from one side of the equation, and the best technique is let's remove the smallest y. So let's get rid of those 3 y's on the right hand side, but that means to maintain the equality we've got to take 3y away from the left hand side. So now on the right hand side I'm just left with 8 because the 3 y's have disappeared, but on the left hand side 7y take away 3y, I've got 4 lots of y, and that minus 4 is still there. Look at that, I've created a 2-step equation. Happy days, because we know how to solve these. Isolate the letter, in this case the y. So first step, I'm going to add 4 to each side. So I've got 4y is equal to 12. And secondly, 4 times something is equal to 12. Well, again, I'm going to be very methodical and go through all the steps to show I understand what's happening. If I divide each side by 4, I end up with y equals 3. Nice answer again.